Good afternoon, I'm Pat Murray, I'm the County Councillor, and my position in County is that I'm the Scrutiny Chairman for Resources. The reason I'm here this afternoon at Eckington is we received a petition on the youth organisation reorganising, and a petition was given, one of the biggest in the ever given to the county, and the young man who presented it wrote a letter after the meeting to the chief executive, complaining that he didn't think that the process was fair in his mind, the way it was his petition was given. I'm
Anne Weston, I'm County Councillor for Barber and Clown, and I'm also the leader of the Labour group at the County Council. And this all started in December last year when a proposal came out from the Conservative Council that Derbyshire County Council would no longer be a direct provider of youth services. So that put at risk the youth centre buildings like the one at Eckington, and it put at risk over 150 youth worker jobs as well. They were saying that they were going to hand all this over to the voluntary sector, but certainly Derbyshire's provision would stop. And on that basis, people were very upset and angry, not least the young people here who value their youth centre and the staff very much. So a campaign started, a petition started, led by Eckington Youthie members, and they've been absolutely fantastic all the way through. And it built, and as the process continued and the rest of the county of Derbyshire got to know about these plans, other groups sprang up that were also signing the petition, to the point that the petition that started as an idea in Eckington got nearly 16,500 signatures from across Derbyshire, which is fantastic, and it's the biggest petition ever seen at the County Council. So that triggered a process within the county that it goes to a council meeting and gets debated. And in the council constitution, which is the rules of how things are done, there's a process outlined in there that says certain things will happen at that meeting when it's discussed. So in good faith, we went to the council meeting. Greg Roberts from Eckington School and Eckington Youth Forum came, and he was absolutely fantastic. It was so mature and completely not fazed at all by this council chamber and grand surroundings, and he said his bit, and then it just descended into a bit of a shambles really, because legal advice came out in the meeting that was contradicting the process that everybody thought was going to be followed. So nobody really knew what was going on. I felt so sorry for Greg and the other members of the public who'd come to see something done about something they felt strongly about, and it was just shambolic.
We're here at Eckington Youth Centre. We're just about to have the Scrutiny Committee meeting about the handling of the petition that we submitted to Derbyshire County Council. When these proposals first came out, we were in the middle of a project with our youth centre, a grit bin project, and we obviously weren't happy with the proposals. We wanted to raise our voice, say what we felt. We managed to do that in the way of a petition. We got just over 16,000 people come the 18th of April, which was the day of the big meeting. Safe to say, I think the youth centre as a whole, we weren't happy with the handling of the petition. I mean, granted, it was the first time, it was the biggest petition that's ever come to DCC. It was the first time that any petition had ever sparked a council debate, but we don't think it was handled in the correct manner whatsoever. So we wrote a letter, me and Katie as the petition initiator, to Nick Hodgson, the chief exec, and we requested that it be looked into by the Scrutiny Committee, and that's basically why we're here today.
Because it is school time and they're all going for exams at the moment, we felt it was right to come to Eckington as opposed to dragging them after exams down to Matlock. The process today is just to get the young man's views on what he expects. We will then sit down as a group and as a committee and talk about it, and we will then decide what the next step is. It may be that we make recommendations, whatever. I can't predict that at this point.
And they're now saying that they're not going to have a mass closure of buildings, that they are going to retain the youth workers and they're going to look at it on a case-by-case basis. So we're not out of the woods yet, but for the time being, jobs are safe and youth service provision is safe. But nevertheless, we've got a situation where young people are rightly feeling pretty let down by the process, and it's so difficult to get young people involved in understanding how councils work and why it's important, and then they have a really bad experience like this. So this today is about trying to get the record put straight so young people feel like they've been treated with some respect for what they've achieved, and also make sure this doesn't happen again with any future petition, because the problem now is that nobody knows what the rules are with petitions and what happens next. So we've got to sort this out.
Obviously, until I've had the meeting today and a further meeting with the committee, there is nothing I can further add. I'd just like to think that we county are acting in a proper and appropriate manner.
What we can hope for with this meeting is an investigation into how the petition was handled, possibly a better handling of the petition, maybe even another meeting to handle the petition, debate it and take a vote in the end, but basically just to raise our concerns and help DCC go forward and get better handling, I suppose, with the next petition that comes along.